think it's very obvious that there's tension between me and Jake, but
Yeah.
I think song-wise, I mean, I always drop bangers, and it'll just be another banger, man.
Yeah, so my bro, let's chase this and we ain't gon' stop until we got it. On my scale up on my music, shit got sick and tired of grinding. Stay posted with that 30 on me, I gotta remind.
Welcome to the Mask Off podcast, powered by ZilMusic. It's your host Zil. It's a big one today, huge guest, big fan for many years, so this one's going to be a good one for you guys to listen to. Just before we get into that, I wanted to say a quick thanks to JJ himself. We actually got to interview him a few months ago before the album, and that was awesome. Unfortunately, there was a few technical difficulties and that didn't get recorded, so that was a shame, but he made the time again to do it again, so that was awesome, and I just wanted to say thanks for that. Obviously, with his busy schedule, having any sort of screen time with that man is hard, so having that opportunity twice was amazing. And I wanted to say thank you to thank you to Matt from AUD and RMF. If anyone's into the Australian music scene, definitely hit him up and their crew. They're the plugs when it comes to this thing, man. He's the man that made it all happen, pulled all the strings together. So huge thanks for Matt. Hope you guys enjoy. Anyway, let's go.
Last time we spoke, we were talking about the pre-album stuff. So now, obviously, the album's been out for a couple months. You've had, extra songs and music videos come out as well. So how's that all been? Number 2 as well. How's that all felt?
Yeah, it's been quite a weird experience. For me, I was finally glad for it to, come out. The reception to it was huge. Like, from all around the world, not just the UK, from all around the world, I had people hyping up my music, getting excited over my music, and really, I felt like at that point I really had changed a lot of people's perception of me and of what a YouTuber can do musically, and I felt like I've really upped the levels in a sense. And reception has been mad. Obviously, I got number 2. I kind of sabotaged myself because I made a bet that if I got to number 1, I would shave all my hair off. And then I realized that I could actually become number 1. So I began sabotaging myself during the first week, making sure I didn't get number 1. And luckily I didn't. I got number 2. But the thing is, I'm happy to have a number 2. It was a win-win for me to shave off all my hair, and then to not shave off all my hair, and also still have a top 5, top 10 album for my first solo album. So yeah, it's cool. And with the music videos that have come out, Killer has done bits. Cap also did bits, and my streams has done crazy amounts. Millions and millions and millions just listening daily, and yeah, man, everything is just is doing well, and it's cool to see. It's really cool to see. And even a song I featured on, Lighter, right now was number 4 in the official charts for singles, and it might get a number 3 this week as well. So it's musically, I'm maneuvering in a way that I'm very happy with.
I was going to ask you about the track Lighter as well, because I noticed it charted a bit higher than Drake and Heady One. How does that feel? 1-to-1. How does that feel?
Oh yeah, obviously it's insane. I listen to Heady One's music. I listen to Drake's music. I'm a big fan of Drake's music. So to be ahead of my idols in the charts, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. It's a surreal feeling. And I even saw that Drake screenshot or reposted Heady One's Instagram story of him showing the official chart, and you could see me just above them at number 4 with Nathan Dawe. And yeah, it was incredible, man. For me, I've been doing music for years, man. I've been working on music for over 10 years. And, obviously I've been doing a lot of things in between that, with YouTube, boxing, etc. So no one has really seen, my music capability, or, they've seen me do it, but they haven't really like focused on that. Whereas now they're really seeing like that I have got to a level where I'm able to compete with these other musicians that do it full time. So, obviously it's just taken a lot of hard work to get to that point. And now, I'm at a place where I'm in the top 5 of the official charts in the UK, and, looking to get top 3 this week. It's all incredible. And, shout out to my fans, as much as they bully me, as much as they make fun of me, they support me a lot with everything I've done throughout my years. So shout out to them for sure.
Of course. Going back to the whole 10 years thing, was this something you kind of envisioned 10 years ago? Do you think looking back at it, you saw this coming, or was it just a gradual thing that, just hit you?
No, I never saw this coming. I never saw me, being able to be ahead of Drake in the charts. Like, come on, man. Like, for me, it was just a hobby. I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed, making music. If you, go back to my old videos, you'll see me doing FIFA rap battles, or me doing little raps in my videos, FIFA videos, just, fun stuff with my friend Randolph. We made a couple of videos together, music videos, and, we made a couple of songs together, and we were just enjoying ourselves. It was just a hobby. And then, over time I just got better, as you naturally do. And, I released a song called Lamborghini that did bits and made me think, you know what, maybe if I take this actually seriously, I could, make waves in the music industry. And, it's one of those things that doesn't just happen overnight. It takes time, years and years and years of me writing, learning, what works or what doesn't. And it's got to a point now where I was able to release tunes that do so well now, and people really just are excited for my music. So it's a cool place to be at. And I'm still gonna keep working on it and trying to get better.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I noticed as well with the work ethic you've had. You mentioned the boxing, the YouTube. Obviously, there's things outside of what the fans and people see as well that you do that we don't know about, and the music. So one thing is, what keeps you going? Like, what's there for you to keep going at all these things? You've created a legacy. You're successful in so many different domains. What's one thing that keeps you, waking up in the morning and you're like, you know what, I've got to top this?
I think it's just seeing how far I can get. I think that's what keeps me motivated and keeps me driving forward. I'm in a space where, the world is my oyster, or, I can literally do anything. I'm at that point, and I feel like, over the years, when I started at the beginning, when my parents kept saying, "Oh, you don't know where YouTube's going to be at in a couple of years. Like, what happens if the website just dies? Then what are you going to do, etc." So, I always had that in the back of my head back in the day when I was making videos. And then over time, I've taken opportunities and just got better at, what I do, and got to a point where I have such a large fan base, and I'm able to, venture into things I'm interested in, and I have a fan base that follows me to do that. So I think it's just kind of cool that I'm in this spot now that I pretty much can do anything. And I think for me, it's kind of just trying to see how far I can go. That's just what drives me. Just, obviously I've come up with my friends, with my family, to the place where I'm at. Everyone's doing well, and it's kind of just like, let's just keep going. Let's just keep breaking boundaries. Let's finally get to a point where YouTubers have, get some respect on our name, and just, we just keep going. Just keep just seeing where we end up. And then, when I feel like the time to retire or give up, or not give up, retire or, you know, end it. When I feel like that time is near, then yeah, I'll just do it. But right now, you know, I'm just in the prime of my life. You know, I've got the whole world ahead of me, and you know, I'm just raring to go. Yeah. And yeah, no, it's just exciting to just see where I end up.
Most definitely. So what's some sort of, I guess, advice you would tell yourself 10 years ago, or even anyone that's you know, trying to break into the music industry or the YouTube industry? What's some, you know, little pointers?
Just first of all, have fun. You know, that's the most important thing. You know, don't go into this going, oh, okay, I want to make a lot of money, because, you know, I guess you'll lose integrity, and essentially you lose yourself just to get to a certain point. And you know, it's not worth it. It's always better to gradually grow, gradually get better to a point where, you know, yeah, it's a long, slow road, but when you get to the top, you know, you stay there for longer rather than just being a one-hit wonder and then dropping off and then no one caring anymore. So, you know, as well as that, you also want to make sure you just, you know, become obsessed with what you're interested in. You know, if you really want to be the best at what you do, then you have to become obsessed, whether it's football, rugby, you know, I know, darts, YouTube, acting, gaming, anything in the world you could think of. If you want to be the best, even a bin man, if you want to be the best bin man in the entire world, you have to become obsessed about it. You have to be obsessed with bins. You know, look at all different types of bins, different types of, you know, I don't know. I'm clueless when it comes to bins, but you get what I mean. Like, just being obsessed with like stuff to do with what you're interested in, and that will help you get quite far in your career. And yeah, I think for me, those are the two main things. Have fun, because if you're having fun, then it's not a chore. It's not work. It's just something you just do and you're happy to do it. And then if you're obsessed with it, then, you know, you'll know the ins and out of everything, and you'll know how to improve, how to get better, what your competition is, and how to improve on that, and how to be better than your competition, and how to, you know, be on top.
I definitely agree with that. And I think it's a testament to the work ethic that you've shown as well. I mean, you just released an album and we're still getting music videos months later. We're getting, you know, another track coming, the live as well that came out.
Yeah, bro, I have so many tracks. Like, I've featured another track that's going to be coming out. I have another song that is that I'm working on to release for my next album. You know, it's, you know, I've already got 4 songs for my next album, like, ready. So it's just kind of making sure I just keep moving, at a stage where, you know, we just see how far we go, man. Like, that's just it. Like, and then when it's time to pack it all in, then I'll probably have a family, have kids, and and just be a dad, and then just leave it at that. But right now, I kind of just want to keep working and just
for sure.
be in my element.
For sure. I think even with that, the fact that you're already talking about a next album is insane. I mean, we've just got close up. Yeah, and you're already talking about 4 songs of the next album. That's a crazy work.
Yeah, I think it's because we live in a different world now, man, where for me, I see it like this, you know, as a consumer, someone releases an album, I'm there like, yes. And I listen to it, like, I can listen to 2-3 weeks, maybe a month max. And then I'm like, all right, what's next? Yeah. Now that's me as a consumer. So then I have to put myself in that same mindset when it comes to putting out music. You know, I've released an album. Doesn't mean I'm going to just, you know, piss off for a year or two. I'm there like, okay, I know people are going to be hungry for more. So I got to supply them with stuff and, you know, keep going and, you know, work on the momentum I have. And, you know, we live in this world where momentum is everything. Momentum is so important. And then you need to know when to take breaks, when to stop the momentum to help build more momentum in the future when you do continue again. So it's all, you know, you have to be quite strategic and smart with it all. But yeah, right now I know, you know, for me, my focus is festivals next year, man. That's my focus. Yeah. And I know, like, next year when festivals hopefully open, you know, my album this year is gonna be old news, bro. That's just the sad fact. You know, songs I released this year is gonna be old news. People want new stuff. So if I just before festivals open release another album, people are there like, yo, I'm ready, let's go. And then I go on stage, put out work on, you know, perform new music, etc., as well as songs that popped off in my old album and songs that did well previously in the previous years, etc. Bro, it's just a recipe for an insane show. And then just to, and then from there I'll tour off it, etc. So yeah, it's exciting.
Before touching on the festival things, because that's an interesting topic, just with the whole, I guess, the consumerism and all that, do you think being a professional YouTuber first helped and is helping how you, I guess, act and work as an artist?
I think it's putting me in a different mindset. I'm putting a YouTuber mindset in music, and I think that's why people just think I just don't stop. I'm always just on the go. And because with YouTube, you know, you put out a video and then you're like, cool, that was great. All right, what's next? All right, cool. I put out another video. All right, cool. What's next? And it's always just keep going. Like, you don't just release a video and then you're like, yes, I'm good for another month or two. It's kind of like, yo, I have to keep supplying and to, you know, keep entertaining, keep supplying content for the people who are just there, you know, consuming it. So I think that's why I guess people are just like blown away at my work ethic when it comes to music. But, you know, in the YouTube world, this is normal, you know, putting out content all the time. Whereas, you know, in the music, it's a lot more, you know, take your time. And, you know, don't get me wrong, with certain songs, you can't just do it in a day. You can't just do it in a week. You can't just do it in a month. Certain songs takes a while to, you know, work on. And, you know, I have those songs where it takes a while for me to work on and, you know, slowly build it up, create something that I'm fully proud of. But then I've got songs where I'm like, yeah, I know this is a hit. I know this is a hit. I know this is a hit. And I know this is longevity. I know this has longevity, etc. So I've kind of created a formula which allows me to have content which I can put out quickly for, you know, my audience to, you know, I guess nibble on. And then when I have the real chunk of like the real main course, which is the album, then that's when I release it to them. And then that's when they can really dig in. So.
I feel like you've got a proper strategy behind everything you do, which is very obviously professional, but also something that I feel like a lot of artists that are upcoming especially don't have and lack. So I think, yeah, it's great that you're not even just have that, but you're also sharing those processes and thoughts in your mind as well.
Yeah.
Just with the whole boxing realm as well. Every time, I mean, I've told you this before as well, I'm a big fan. I've been a big fan for years and years.
Yeah.
Every time you have a boxing fight, you release a song, and you always top it. I mean, you know, we had the Uncontrollable, and then we had the Logan Paul Distracks, and then obviously Down Like That as well. So obviously for the next fight with Jake Paul, what kind of music videos can we expect for that?
Well, I mean, I don't want to say too much, but I mean, you know,
I feel like the tension's there.
Yeah, I think it's very obvious that there's tension between me and Jake, but I think song-wise, I mean, I always drop bangers, and it'll just be another banger, man. Like I'm getting to a point where I have so many to choose from, and it's, you know, it's just all about when to release it. But yeah, best believe it'll be a top-notch banger that will get me gassed and hyped up for the fight. So.
Yeah, super keen. Going back to the festivals thing, obviously being an Australian podcast and Australian based, can we ever expect KSI tour or KSI, on any sort of big headlines here?
On Australia, of course, yeah, man. Like, best believe, like this year, if there was no pandemic, I would have been in Australia because I've always wanted to go to Australia. That's like one of the main places that I'm like, yo, why haven't I not been there yet? Like, I know I have such a huge fan base, and I see all the tweets, I see all the messages of people saying, "Come Australia," and I will, and trust me, like it's gonna happen. I don't know. I don't think it'll be this year. Hopefully next year or beginning of the year after that. But best believe I will be going to Australia. So
awesome, man. I mean, we're waiting. So that'll be
honestly. Yeah, for real.
Talking about different countries, I guess with the whole UK scene as well. How do you feel about that? Because I mean, obviously it must have been popping there for years and years now, but the whole UK scene has really almost, transitioned into the Australian scene now as well. And a lot of people are consuming UK music here, as myself as well. And then also it's inspired a lot of Australian artists as well, because we have similar identity with you guys, obviously being a Commonwealth state and all that kind of stuff. Two things with the UK. Did you kind of expect this from the UK to, hit international and go into that realm?
Oh yeah, of course. Like, UK music has been doing bits, especially like drill. I know drill is popping off over here. And, before that it was, Afrobeat was popping off here. So, there's a lot of music in the UK that is just really taking off, and it's exciting to see. And I knew it was always going to pop off internationally. It's just that I think back in the day, we always used to try and beg Americans and American rappers and just America in general and try to copy their sound. And then we kind of realized, you know what, let's just find our own identity and make our own. And now, if anything, Americans are trying to jump on our wave because they see that it's popping off, and they're extremely interested in. And a lot of countries are hopping on the wave and excited about music that's coming from the UK. So yeah, it's cool to see.
Do you think as a UK artist you still need to break the US audience?
No chance. No, not at all. Not at all, man. Like, you can make as much money, if not more money, than an American rapper by just making music in the UK. Yeah. Like, I fully believe that. Like, UK people are doing bits. Like, a lot of UK artists are doing bits, and they haven't even touched America, especially in the rap industry, for sure.
I guess obviously you can mention as many as you want, but do you have any artists or maybe a top 3 UK artists that people should be looking out for?
Tion Wayne is doing bits. H is doing bits. AJ Tracy is doing well. Those are 3, and like there's so many more, but like those are 3 that I can just off the top of my head are doing bits. Yeah.
And that's 2 out of 3 you've already featured with, haven't you? Or have had them feature?
Yeah. AJ and Tion, yeah.
Has that been in terms of a transition where you've got an UK artist to jump on your music? Has that been an easy journey, or is that something you've really had to,
I've had to work hard for it, because I've always had this YouTube stigma, and with YouTubers making music, a lot of the times it's quite negative. A lot of people don't take it seriously, or kind of just on it, essentially. So I kind of proved a lot with this album that I have a huge fan base that are interested in my music and taking my music seriously. And I feel like after that, a lot more people are now open to wanting to work with me. And, you know, even back in the day, people like Jamie, P Money, Big Zoo, you know, were all happy to work with me because they saw that, you know, I was hardworking, and they saw that, you know, I was serious about this music thing. So I think for me, you know, it's one of those things that it just took time. But now I'm at a stage where, yeah, people really want to work with me.
And within that whole realm, who's the main UK artist you really want to work with? Other than Skepta, I think you'll say Skepta.
I mean, believe it or not, I actually really want to work with A$AP Ferg because of his energy, man. I love the energy that he has. A$AP Ferg would be a dope one. Who else? I don't know. I mean, there's obvious ones I'd want to work with, but it's kind of like, for me, I need to hear the song that I'm making and then fit it with the right person. So that's kind of how I do it. I don't just go, I want to work with this person. Okay, now let's try and make a song together. It's kind of like, all right, I've made a song. This is who would work. Okay, I made another song. This is who would work. You know, a lot of times it's not about who you have as the feature, who you have as the person you're working with anymore. It's all about the music. The music bangs, the song will do well. You know, obviously, if you have, like, I don't know, a Drake on the song, yeah, a lot of people want to listen to it. But you know what will really take it from where, you know, so this okay level to, you know, beyond, is if the song bangs. So for me, that's extremely important. Yeah.
One last question, because we're running out of time. I see this question as last time, but just to, I guess, for the record, and obviously it's a question that I really enjoyed. So you started the music career after the YouTube, so you kind of had the name KSI. If you started music first, what would your artist name be, or would it still be KSI?
Oh wow, that's a good question. I have no idea. I don't know how I'd call myself. Yeah, I have no idea. I've never heard of that question before. I have no idea. What? Big pimpin'. No. I don't know.
I feel like you'd adopt some sort of Dragon Ball Z name somewhere, somehow.
What? Yeah, maybe. What? Just call myself Piccolo, or like Yamcha. No, I don't want to call myself Yamcha. I don't know. That's a good question. I've never heard of that. Yeah.
Easy, man. Easy. But yeah, I mean, thanks so much again for answering a few questions for the podcast.
My pleasure, man.
And like I said, huge fan base here in Australia, man. So we're just waiting.
Thank you, bro. I'm coming, bro. I'm coming. Trust me, I'm coming. Just need to wait for this pandemic to blow over, and then I'll catch a cold one with the boys and girls.
100%, man. 100%. Super keen. Thanks again.
Nah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, so my bro, let's chase this, and we ain't gonna stop until we got it. On my scale up on my music, shit got sick and tired of grinding.